Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about articles. So you must know about what do you mean by articles and what are all the things are there and what are the important rules and important facts are there in articles. So here we have definite articles and indefinite articles. A or an is known as the indefinite article because it usually leaves indefinite the person or thing spoken, such as a nurse, which means any nurse, right? So, for instance, the is known as the definite article because it normally points out some particular person or thing, such as he saw the nurse, which means some particular nurse, right? I think here is some particularity. So we have to use the, right? So next thing is the choice between a and an is determined by the sound. Before a word beginning with a vowel sound, we have to use an, right? For an example, an ash, an enemy, an orange, and an R, right? So here we have a vowel sound. So we have to use an. So here we have consonant sounds. So we have to use a, right? For an example, a boy, a union, a horse, a European, a university, a woman. In such words like starting with the consonant sounds, right? For an example, a 1 rupee coin, such a one-eyed woman. So, for instance, so we have to use a because of the sound. Definite article. The definite article the is used for following usages. When a particular person or thing or one already are referred to, such as for an example, the book you want is out of print. It means which book? The one you want. The boy cried. The boy means the boy already talked about. So we have to use the for the particularity, right? So already mentioned thing. So we have to use the. Second one is when a singular noun is meant to represent a whole class, such as the dog is a useful animal. So here we can use a. The third one is the is used before some proper names like the following kinds of places: oceans, seas, rivers. For an example, the Pacific, the Atlantic, the Nile, the Amazon, canals like the Panama Canal, deserts like Sahara. So group of islands. So we have to use the, right. Okay. So here are some of the examples are there. So you have to give us some look over there. So fourth one is before names of things a unique of their kind, such as the sun, the sky, the earth, the moon. There is only one in the world. So we have to use the for them. There are and unique things, right? So we have to use the before a proper noun when it is qualified by an adjective or a definite adjective classes. So we have to use the. For an example, the great Caesar, the immortal Shakespeare. So sixth one is with the superlatives. We must know about that, right? With superlatives, there is used. For instance, the darkest cloud has a silver lining. This is the best book of elementary physics. So we have to use the before the superlatives. Seventh one is the is used with ordinals numbers like first, second, this and all. So we have to use the. She was the first woman to arrive. She was the first woman president of India. So these are all the some things. So eighth one is the is used before musical instruments like he can play the guitar, he can play the veena. So before the musical instruments we have to use the before a noun to give the impact of a superlative. So superlatives we must know about that, right? So this is the same thing. The verb is the word in a sentence. So emphasize or there. So we have to use the. Next thing is indefinite article. Indefinite a or an is based on the numbers. The indefinite articles is used in following four cases in its original numerical sense of one. For instance, 12 inches make a foot. Not a word was uttered. So it's based on the number, singular. So we have to use a or an based on the sounds. If you have a vowel sounds means we have to use a and. If you have a consonant sounds means we have to use a, right? So we must clear about them, right? Next thing is in the sense of any, to single out an individual as the representative of a class, right? For an example, a people should obey his teacher. A goat is a useful animal. So we have to use a before them. So if a noun is Starting with a vowel sounds means we can use an instead of a, right? Okay. To make a common noun of a proper noun, such as a Daniel come to judgment. A Daniel, which means a wise man. So here, proper noun consider as a common noun. So we can use a Daniel come to judgment, right? I think you can understand what is meant by articles and their rules.